Hello everyone, Inferno the Fire Lord here, and we are looking at the Valkyr Heirloom collection. So in the collection we have the Heirloom skin itself, the Heirloom Insignia, the Valkyr Heirloom color palette, which one of the skin colorings I did is solely using the palette, the Valkyr Heirloom Glyhp, the Valkyr Heirloom Sigil, and the Valkyr Heirloom Prex. So we are going to go into Captura and look at the skin. Before we go into Captura, I'm going to show you what the Prex looks like in my orbiter, and then what the Heirloom Sigil and Insignia look like on the base skin. So I'll just go over here real quick, and this is the Prex. It's not bad. I really like how the pink is moving, but I'm not sure why they made this part all green. It looks interesting. It's not bad. I would say Valkyr Heirloom, I would expect to pop more in the wording, but all in all, it's nice. I think this Insignia is actually one of the better ones, and I do not really see the Sigil, but how it relates, to Valkyr Heirloom, but all in all, pretty nice. With that being said, let us hop into Captura. Okay, so you're going to see this is a little bit different time because real quick, I forgot to show the glyph off. I actually really like the glyph. I like the colorings on it a lot better. I think it's really well made. And the pose they gave her is incredible. But anyway, back to the colorings in the official review. So here is the base Valkyr Heirloom skin with no colorings. I am using the Prisma Obex. So if you're wondering what the melee is, that is it. So this is the base skin. The base, I really like the Insignia. It looks good. The Sigil, again, not really understanding the whole Valkyr Heirloom resemblance, but it's interesting. Now onto the skin. This is probably going to be my most unpopular opinions on the skin. The face is not bad. I wish there was more coloring on it. More of the energy coloring. I feel it's a little muted, but all in all, it is nice. But when it comes down to it, the body is what really bugs me, especially the bust. I feel that the skin is pretty much just lingerie, and I really do not like it. It feels too much like something I would see in, well, First Descendant. All in all, the pattern isn't bad. I do wish that I guess what you could kind of refer to as the corset had a more intricate pattern. It does bug me that there are three, it looks like lines on one side and then they're not on the other, but I get it, not everything has to be equal, but I wish the pattern was a little better. Oh, hello. I will say the back pattern is kind of nice that they actually use the skin. I do think it's weird though that where you could say the actual breast and part of her arms are, for some reason that coloring is greatly affected by the energy coloring. So it makes it very confusing because you change the primary coloring and that will change some of the bits. You put on the secondary coloring and that will change some of the clothing. But then you'll realize that in order to change the actual, which is pretty much, I want to say, the skin of this Warframe, where the breast and where part of the arms and bicep and muscle is, that all changes based off of energy color and the leg, which really threw me off. I do like the skirt. It's pretty. I do think it's a little bit of something that wasn't needed for the skin, but I do think I do like it. But I'm really not a fan of down here. It adds on to that just underwear persona. I will say the legs aren't bad. I kind of wish this, whatever it is, went all the way up. Maybe not covering the skin, maybe not covering the leg fully like it does on the calf, but I wish there would have been some kind of, not necessarily rope, but maybe something like what's on the bicep. Something that doesn't fully cover but adds some type of slight accessory to the leg. I think that would have been nice. All in all, the skin does color well, and I'm going to show you the colorings I use, and then the last coloring I will use is specifically the coloring using only the palette. But real quick, before I show you the colorings, I want to show you why the skin thing really bugs me. Now obviously this is not fully human skin tone. It's a little not perfect, but this is kind of what I mean, that it looks just too much like skin in a lingerie. It kind of bugs me because I like how the Warframes always usually look robotic, but all in all, the skin doesn't color badly. I do wish the shoulders, or I don't know what you would call that, on like the top of the chest, the like thing that rests on her shoulders. I wish the pattern was different, but all in all, not bad. I will show you my colorings now, because I do think the skin overall colors pretty well. So this is the first... What is that? Oh, it's a coda, I think. Do I have a coda? There's... Anyway, this is actually the first coloring selection where I'm not going to have a red and black. This is, I think, the edgiest coloring I really have for her. As you can see, it's all white and black. I do think white and black does make it look really good, and the skin really does color well. I do like the muscle they had in the legs. The skirt looks very almost bioluminescent a little with the white coloring, which is cool. Her back really does shine, and I do like that the heirloom skins do really have a lot of shine to them. I'm just not a fan of all the patterns for the skin. I still think it is a fairly nice skin. It looks pretty good. The feet are actually... Oh no, wait. I was going to say, when was that? But that's from Prisma Opex, I think. I do kind of like the leg. I just wish it went a little higher. Also, why is there rope on her? Either way, this is the first coloring. Let me show you the second. And I think the third one is something you all will judge me on. Maybe this is what you all would consider the edgiest, but I used a pink and black. And again, the energy color is what pretty much does the skin. I do like the kind of triangle in the forehead from the energy color. I think it's nice, and the side of the face. I do wish that the face was a little smoother, like the on top, but I do think that's part of the ear thing. All in all, as you can see, it colors really well. I think the skirt uses part of the energy color. I really like the arm. As you can see here, I have blue on the tertiary, which is the third. And this is where it goes into the coloring. No, that's the secondary. The black is definitely the main. All in all, great. Really nice for coloring. I do like that the colors go all over, and I do think it meshes well together. I like the pattern specifically on the bicep right here. Like right here with this armband, I guess. All in all, it's very nice. And we'll go to my third coloring. And then here's a very bright coloring that I have. You could kind of argue she looks like a watermelon, but I'm happy with it. I do not remember why I made this coloring, but I ended up, when I bought the heirloom skin, I put it on all my loadouts, and I saw this, and it actually fit really well. And this is what I do like about the skin. I do think it colors well. Some of the patterns are odd. Like, I do wish it just looked a little different per se on certain areas, but all in all, the pattern's good. If you look on the bicep, or not on the bicep, the forearm, you can see part of the energy color comes through under the green ribbon, which is really nice. It is a great skin. With that being said, we are going to go look at the final coloring now, which is using the heirloom pack itself, or the Valkyr Heirloom color palette. So for this skin, as you can see, I went for a very pink coloring. I used the accent for the light blue accent, and then a type of gray for the primary coloring. All these colorings are from the Valkyr Heirloom color palette itself, and I really do like kind of the variety. Some of the colorings did look a little red from the way they blended together on the legs, but I think it works out well. Skirt is I tried to make it a little darker than the actual skin tone of Valkyr. That way it did not look as if it was the same color, because it blended in too much and it looked a little odd. I feel like giving her a darker coloring on the skirt made it work better. Although it's pretty good coloring, I do think I may change the blue for something else. Maybe a black or something, I'm not sure. All in all though, both my opinions on the skin, I do like it. I think it's pretty good. I just, as I keep saying, the sexual undertones of it are a bit much, but all in all, I do think it was pretty decently designed. And I do like it, and I look forward to the next skin, which I think is supposed to be Valbon. Either way though, I would love to hear what you all think of the skin. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of it. Do you love the skin? Are you excited for the next? And feel free to show me your fashions either in the Discord, we have a fashion frame room, or tag me on Twitter or Blue Sky. For Twitter, I'm DJ the Fire Lord, and Blue Sky, Inferno the Fire Lord. Either way, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you all next time. Bye everyone. Take care all. Peace.